Hey guys, we are back for another video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel if you have not subscribed. And also make sure you all are following me at Lakeysha on all social media, including Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitch, not Twitter. I'm sorry, not Twitter, Twitch, Kick, and Snapchat. Make sure y'all following me and also make sure y'all liking the video. Now, I have some breaking news for you all. I know y'all wondering what's going on with Simon and Porsha Williams of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're going to get into this because it looks like the final ruling has been issued with regards to the Georgia Court of Appeals. So we're going to get into that and kind of break it down for y'all and let y'all know what's going on and what does this mean for Miss Porsha Williams.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Okay, guys, so it's going down again on social media with regards to Simon and Porsha Williams. Now, I was just out minding my business. Well, not really minding. Well, I was minding my business, but I actually had a dental appointment this morning and was seeing some stuff come across social media. And then I received some documentation. So we want to jump into what is going down here. Okay. So let's kind of get into it. Okay. So, what was the first thing we saw? Well, we saw Porsha on social media and she says, "It's over. Thank goodness." Grateful with praying hands and a heart. Okay. Well, y'all know Simon, the clapback king, he gonna say something back. Okay. Here we go again with Miss 265 days a year. She still hasn't learned a thing. Now, listen, if y'all watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, that 265 days a year would take anybody out.
Everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year.
That is funny. 265 days. Where the hell that bitch live at?
I can never, ever forget that. 265 days a year. Nene said, "Where do this live at?" Because, girl, 265 days in a year? Baby, what school you went to? But of course, that is something that people will never forget because we wouldn't think somebody that age would know how many damn days in a year. Like you literally don't have to know how to count, but the average person know it's 7 days in a week. They know it's 12 months in a year, and apparently they think that it's 265 days in a year. Well, Simon did not let that die. He say she still hasn't learned. She ain't learned nothing. Okay? Nothing. He said it's over on my eyes. Okay? ASS. You heard what that man said. So, what this is implying that again, they are at war. Okay? Y'all know what people do in war? They fight. Okay? People in war fight. We had originally talked about this divorce. Obviously, I went to court, was there all day simply because I wanted to, get see what was going on. I had been talking about it and wanted to kind of hear it and see it for myself. So, we know at the last court hearing that Porsha was awarded the prenup. So, that's pretty much what she was fighting for. Everything that was in the prenup, she won, she was awarded it. But here's the deal. What does winning look like to you For me to win, I got to receive it. And when I say receive it, receive the contents of it. So essentially, Porsha has been awarded the home. However, she has not received any of the financial things that she was supposed to get within the prenup. Now, within the prenup, the mortgage was supposed to be paid by Simon. She's supposed to get an I believe it's 40,000. I'm starting to forget. I believe it's 40,000 a month for every month they were married. So 14 months, don't quote me. It could be 30,000, 40. It doesn't matter at this point because she hasn't received it, but she gets that amount for 14 months. She also is supposed to get the Rolls Royce titled in her name. She's not going to get that car. Frankly, it's going to go back to, the finance company. He has not been paying the mortgage. She has been paying the mortgage. So she's been paying it. Keep in mind, it is an interest only loan. So typically, y'all, with an interest only loan, regular people normally don't get those. And, generally it's something that people will get on a large dollar amount. And strictly too, because they are probably looking to either refinance it in a few short years or maybe just pay it off in cash. So that is the type of loan that is on that property. Now, what this means is, although Porsha was awarded a lot of different things, she has not received it. So essentially, she has this great court order, but she has not received the financial benefit of it. Now, today, September 9th, the reason why y'all are seeing this on social media is simply because I'm sure you all have guessed it. The Court of Appeals has ruled, and we're going to get into what they had to say. So, this is what it's all about right here. The Court of Appeals of the State of Georgia, Atlanta, September 9th, 2025, which is today. The Court of Appeals hereby passes the following order: Simon Guobadia versus Porsha Diane Williams. Upon consideration of the application for discretionary appeal, for discretionary appeal, it is ordered that it be hereby denied. You guys are probably like, okay, what does that mean? Nothing. It means that, well, I shouldn't say it means nothing. It means that the original order stands. But this is where it gets extremely difficult because I know, to get a court order that says these things, it looks very promising. But the issue here is Simon is not a citizen of the United States, which means it's thereby non-enforceable. He does not live in the country. He does not abide by our rules. He abides by whatever country he's in. He abides by their rules. There is no type of jurisdiction in which they can go and get him. So that is a wrap. He's not a citizen. He does not have to follow the rules. And in following those rules, he's not paying. He hasn't paid. He went in ICE detention in February and he hasn't paid since, obviously, he was in jail, the immigration jail. But then after he came out, he has not paid. He has no intentions on paying it. And you guys have heard that from other bloggers. So we don't talk. So it's, not like we're making it up. Simon has no intention on paying this. He feels like he was taken advantage of by grifters, including Porsha, and he feels as, her mother is the head lady in charge of the grifting. Okay. Now, if y'all don't know what a grifter is, look it up, child. Look it up. I had to look it up. Now, this is where it gets extremely weird. Porsha is happy. I mean, she's gotten the property. So I don't know. Maybe she doesn't need the money, but we know that she does need the money because she, in fact, filed a new order to take him to court because she says he's not paying, Your Honor. So since he's not paying, I want you to give me full ownership of the property. So that is the next motion that she has in court. Will the judge grant it? We don't know. We're going to keep on following it, and then I will be able to let y'all know. But this is where it looks a little crazy for Porsha. Okay. The prenuptial agreement was created obviously for financial security for Porsha. But within the prenuptial agreement, it did say that she wouldn't work. And that was one of the reasons why Simon was contesting it, because he says, listen, I wouldn't have agreed to give up that much had I would have known that this woman was going to be working. So obviously, the Court of Appeal said, no, we're not going to buy that. But the issue here is Porsha is responsible for paying the interest only mortgage. Because it is an interest only mortgage, she's responsible for paying the upkeep of the property. She's responsible for paying for if anything breaks. She has to pay the utilities, the HOA. She has to pay the taxes. Now, keep in mind, she does have another property in which she had before she moved into this property, because what you guys also need to understand is he bought this property prior to being married. But what people need to understand is whenever you get married and you live in a house, it is considered marital property. So, but I mean, that's not here nor there, because they did have a prenuptial agreement. So right now, Porsha is responsible for paying every single bill, because there is no monies that's being given to her from Simon. So he has pretty much, checked out of this entire situation as far as, paying those obligations. And there is absolutely nothing that Porsha can do, because he doesn't live in the United States of America. Now, the next thing that is an issue here is I'm going to break this down for you guys so that anybody can understand. If you own a property and I come over your house, let's say I slip down, I can sue you. Let's say you don't have any money. That's fine, because I can put a lien on your house, and at some point you going to pay me. Either you going to die, or you going to need to refinance your house, or you may even need to sell it. You would not be able to do any of those things without paying me first. Now, hopefully that explained what the next course of action will be. Okay. So any bill that Simon owes will become a judgment on this property. Now, what that means is that essentially Porsha will end up paying Simon's debts. And guess what, guys? It is perfectly legal. It is nothing, because I know y'all like to use the word scammer, but there's nothing scamming about this. So, in the end, will Porsha win? I don't believe so. As you guys saw, Simon says, you haven't learned anything. So there's always a out to everything legally. Now, this is all legal stuff. So unfortunately, I don't see this issue going away anytime soon. In fact, I believe that it's going to get even more messier. I think it's going to get even more crazier, because when you have one person feeling like they've been taken advantage of, they are least likely to cooperate. Now, another thing with this entire situation is they have to agree on the sale of the house. They have to get two appraisals. So there are still a few things that they still have to agree on. And what that means, if they don't agree on it, what do you think is going to happen? They have to go back into court, pay more attorney fees, not to mention Portia's attorney allegedly, I'm not sure if this part is true, but everybody is saying it, her attorney has taken out a lien against the property for over 200 and something thousand dollars for her unpaid attorney fees. Now let's just let that sink in for a moment. How is it that you don't have 200 and something thousand dollars to pay your attorney, but you can afford a house for 7 million? That doesn't make any sense, because of course Simon was ordered to pay, her attorney fees. But in the case that he didn't pay it and she pays it, she could have still did that. It would not have alleviated his order to pay. But essentially what it means, she couldn't pay. So they put a judgment on the property. Now, another thing, Simon didn't pay his attorney fees. Now, by Simon not paying his attorney fees, what you think happened? I'm sure y'all already guessed it. his attorney put a lien on the property. So you will see this happen over and over again to the point that there will not be any equity in the house. So essentially, what's going to happen is everything Porsha was doing to try to get the money from Simon is actually going to be flipped onto her. The only thing, this is really a bad situation because there's only one thing that can save Porsha, but essentially if she did it, it would even dig a deeper hole for her. Let's say she filed for bankruptcy. Obviously, in order to file for bankruptcy, you have to not be able to pay your bills, right? Or the debt has to be overwhelming to the point that you can't pay it with your income. Well, that would be a problem because essentially that would mean then you would not be able to buy the house. You would not be able to put it in your name. So that's what I'm saying. This situation does not seem like it's going to work out for Porsha Williams, but y'all got to let me know what y'all. Okay, guys, so I often get a lot of questions about my skin. What do I use on my skin? How do you keep your skin so nice and, clean and clear? I don't have on any makeup. I have a ton of makeup. However, I don't wear makeup every day. It's just because I like clean skin. I like to wash my face several times a day. And that's kind of why I don't wear makeup like that. It's not because I don't like it. I actually do. But like I said, I like to wash my face a lot. So I wear makeup, but I just don't wear it every day. But let's get into my face routine. I'm also going to link this so that you guys can be able to purchase these products from me. So this is what I use as a cleanser. Let me put that close up to here so you guys can see. Now, I am fully aware that some people don't use towels when they wash their face, and that is perfectly fine. It's up to you. I'm old school. I need to be able to rub my face and see the dirt come off. That's just how I am. This is how I am. So I just literally take this cleanser that I just showed y'all. I'm going to put some on my towel just because I'm a towel girl. Some of y'all don't use towels. Hey, if you don't use a towel, that's up to you. But I'm going to put it on my towel here, and then I'm going to wet it because that's just how I do. That's what I do, and y'all do what y'all do. And I pretty much just wash this into my face. Obviously, if you guys just use your hand, then you just rub it. You just rub it. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse it off. So now I have rinsed it off my face. The cleanser is off. I have rinsed, cleaned my face. Now I'm going to dry my face with the towel. Of course, make sure you're using a clean towel for your face. I'm going to dry my face as much as I can. That's all done. All right. Now I'm just gonna go backwards again. This is called the Resurface Refining Cleanser right here. Here's the box that it comes in, okay? So that is step one. Always use, you gotta clean your face, right? Now, the next thing that I do, and I don't think that this goes in any order. The first thing you just need to make sure is that you are in fact washing your face, okay? Now, the next thing that I do is I do the vitamin C glow serum. That's right here. I'm going to take it out of the box. This is what it looks like, okay? And now, what I do is I take, and listen, y'all, sometimes I use too much of products. Don't be like me, because you don't need but a squeeze, okay? This is all you need, okay? A squeeze. But me, this is what I be doing. 2 squeezes, because I'm just extra like that, okay? So this, you're going to put on your face, rub it. You don't need to put it on your lips. You don't need to put it on your eyes. You don't need to put it on your eyebrows. If y'all notice, I try to avoid my eyebrows, and that is simply because I have them done professionally, And when you put product on it, I noticed that it makes them light. Now, if you don't get your eyebrows done, you don't need to worry about this. Now, this is the vitamin C glow serum, okay? Vitamin C is really good for your skin. Now, as that dries, you will notice when you put that on, it's a little thick. Reason why I did not need to use 2 pumps, but like I told y'all, I am extra, and that's just what I do. So let that dry. Like right now, I can tell that it is totally dry. The next thing that I put on my skin is the eye cream. Right here. This is the eye cream. Put that on. Now this is for day. I know some of y'all probably wondering, eye cream, don't you put that on at night? I do have a regimen that I do at night, but for this video, this is a morning routine, and I told y'all I'd be a little extra with stuff, and I was a little extra with this eye cream because look at all this I got left. And also too, guys, with this vitamin C serum, you also can put this on your neck, so don't forget to do that. I again pumped out a little bit too much of this eye cream, and I do extra, so don't be like me. And that is pretty much what I do every day in terms of my face care. Again, I do not wear makeup every day. I love makeup. I have a whole bunch of it, but that is pretty much my skin routine every day. Now, of course, if you guys are wearing makeup, this is good for your cleaning your face. Obviously, if you're gonna wear makeup, there will be another set of things that you would need to do before you put on your makeup, as far as, you know, putting on you some kind of moisturizer, because when you put on makeup, it does typically, it can dry your skin, so you would have to add on a moisturizer. So this is, again, my routine for my everyday look. I'm going to link these products so that you guys will be able to directly purchase these items, and they come very fast. The warehouse, I believe, if you're in the South, is in Miami, Florida. Don't quote me on it. Products come really, I know the products do come really fast. And again, I'll clip this in my video, so hopefully this helps. And I will see you guys in the next video, in which I will tell you about my nighttime routine.